Hello everyone, my name is Arindam and in this video I'll be showing you all 127 colors applied on Adobe structures in ARK Ascended. Now this video is part of my painting reference guide in which I am showcasing how the 127 colors are shown in the various types of building structures in ARK like thatch, wood, Adobe, stone, greenhouse, metal and tech, and this video is part 4 of my mini series. I have already covered the equivalent videos for the other things like thatch, wood and stone, which you can show on the other side, and you can check out those videos on my channel also. But in this particular video I'll be highlighting only the Adobe structures. Now I'm currently situated on the island map, so I actually spawned in the Adobe structures, but the painting part, yes, I actually have crafted all these various different types of spray paints and have colored them. Anyway, so we have 127 colors, and what I have done is I have arranged the 127 colors into 14 different color families, each having 9 colors, with 2 families having 1 extra color and 1 family having 1 less color. The colors in these families are all sorted in order of their hexadecimal color codes, which I have plotted on a Google sheet, and I have sorted them in order of the darkest, then the deepest, then the lightest, and finally the exceptions. And all these colors are sorted from the left to right in the pattern of VibGeor, which is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so we are going to start off with the different shades of blue. Let me turn on ghost. Let me disable the HUD. So we have cetacean, Prussian, sapphire, azure, baby blue, cornflower, overcast, moonstone, and finally marine. Next we have the medium blues, which are at the middle of the normal blues as well as the green blues. And so the medium blues start with midnight, navy, cobalt, blue, ice, frost, denim, deep freeze, and finally haze. Now some of these blues like deep freeze, frost, ice, haze, these kind of look similar to purples, but when you actually plot their color codes on a Google sheet, and especially when you were to reference my previous videos for thatch, wood and stone, you will find that they are actually blues which look like purples on Adobe. Next we come to the blues that are more closely related to green, so they have the blue greens, starting with Mariana, Skobeloff, ocean, teal, stream, crystal, celeste, electricity, and finally cyan. Next we are going to come into not 50 shades of grey, but we have at least 10 shades of grey in ARK Ascended, starting with black, shadow, charcoal, gunmetal, slate, steel, grey, silver, wisp, and finally white. After the 10 shades of grey, now we come to the 3 different families of green, starting with the greens more commonly related to swamps and marshes. So we have swamp, avocado, orc, chartreuse, menthol, Nyanza, Putrescence, Craggy Dew, Filth. Next we come to the medium greens, starting with Jungle, Forest, Lagoon. Just wait a second. Well, that's my Bronto doing, I don't know what it is trying to do. If he dies, still it's okay because I force tamed it anyway. So we have Lagoon, Spring, Aquamarine, Sea Foam, Turquoise, Shamrock, and finally we see Adobe without any color. All that noise is actually bothering us. Let me do something. So there is now we have done this. They won't be doing any kind. Apparently not. Well, there are faster ways to deal with this. Let me do the fast thing. And problem solved. So sometimes when we are doing these videos, console commands are a real blessing. So where were we? So we were doing the various greens. So if let me start from the very beginning. So we had Jungle, Forest, Lagoon, Spring, Aquamarine, Sea Foam, Turquoise, Shamrock, and finally no color. Really sorry for the interruption, but sometimes these are ARK moments that just sometimes happen. Anyway, next we have the default greens, the greens that we are most comfortable with. We have Nori, Hunter, Grass, Emerald, Green, Mint, Pistachio, Celadon, and finally Chateau. Now that the greens are over, we are going to come into the oranges and the yellows. First we are going to go into the different shades of browns. So we have Mud, Bark, Brown, Leather, Camel, Tan, Sand, Parchment, and finally cream. Next we are going to go into the different shades of yellow, starting with drab, olive, citron, yellow, mustard, canary, buttermilk, khaki, and finally mold. Now we come to the various shades of orange, starting with bronze, terracotta, Windsor, orange, tangerine, gold, cantaloupe, peach, latte, and finally dirt. Next up we come to the various shades of red. We have burn, scab, gore, red, tulip, salmon, incense, idocha, and finally brick. Next we come to something I would call the family of reddish pinks, starting with raisin, Tyrian, lust, fuchsia, flamingo, valentine, bubblegum, Kobe, and finally rouge. Now we come to the default pinks, starting with eggplant, plum, purple, bruise, magenta, pink, orchid, cotton candy, and finally thistle. Now we come to the last family, which is the family of violets, starting with twilight, eminence, indigo, violet, lilac, lavender, mauve, royalty, and finally we have dusk. So these are all the 127 colors applied on Adobe structures as you can see them from the front. Let me give you a better visual representation to show you all the colors in a single frame. So it looks like this. Now since I am on Ghost, I am going to go inside the colors and let you guys see how it looks like from the other side. So this is how it looks like from the other side. So this is with the shadow. Let me, or better, let's do something. We already have photo mode for this. So let me change the color to change the time of day to say 17. Yes, now you guys know how it looks like. So these are how the colors look like from the other side, and yeah, that is it. I'm sorry for the interruption that my Bronto did and the console comments I had to do to orphan that poor Triceratops baby, but I'll see you in the next video. If this video helped out in any way, if any of my other painting reference guide help you out in any way, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll be covering more of the different structure types, and I'll be covering a lot of other videos for ARK Ascended. So till then, stay tuned and thank you for watching.